Hello everybody and welcome to this breakdown video for hole number 2, par 4 of the City Park in the Liberty Tournament. The divisions that we're looking through is Pro and Expert division. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and also get the ultimate tournament guides on patreon.com/golfclashtommy. Link in the description down below. So let's take a look at Pro. I'm gonna start off with the drive. The drive is going to be played with a Berserker ball because I do want to have a power 5. 3 bars of topspin, max side spin to the left. And here you can see I'm a little bit all over the place with my position. But 3 bars of topspin, max side spin to the left with a side spin 2 ball. And then in the end we're going to end up with half of the red ring inside the rough there to the left. Once finding that position, we're going to adjust for a maximum distance and a 10% over adjustment because we're playing slightly downhill and we need to compensate for that by adding a little bit of elevation. So we do adjust, and here you can see I'm not pulling over the bullseye, I'm pulling to the bullseye, which is an observation that I hope you did as well. Then we're gonna go with 3/4 of a ball in curl outside the adjustment ring to the left, and also applying a little bit overpower. And I will have to say here, guys and gals that are watching this video, that if you do play with a driver with more power than the XMI level 7, which has 234 yards, then I would recommend you to not push up your club to max and not to go with any overpower, because then you will already have the distance that we're trying to gain with the extra mile level 7. Obviously with an extra mile in even lower level, you need to think about you might need to add a little bit more overpower instead, just to have that in mind, so you're not trying to just explicitly replicate the position that you can only do with an extra mile level 7. Now, for the second shot, it's important that we do have the sniper because we do want to have the ball guideline. And there we have 2 options. One option is that we bounce up towards the pin. I call that the safe option, and it's going to be an option that is going to be possible to apply every single time. I'm using a couple of bars left spin with half a bar of backspin, leaving the ball guideline pretty short of pin. And the reason I leave it short is due to the tailwind, because if we aim closer up, we're gonna see the second bounce miss that little steep uphill position that you can see on the right side of the game screen, and then we will obviously roll too far and we will roll into the fringe on the back of the green. But being able to aim as I do here is going to give ourselves a little opportunity for an eagle. Here we bounce there, and then it slows down a little bit, takes the roll, we come in with a very nice speed. Unfortunately, we do add too much of an adjustment, and I would recommend to go with approximately medium distance if you are in somewhat +5 of your club. And have in mind that that is an estimation, that is not something that is dialed in, that is something that we can work with together. No elevation, at least. If you do get a very long drive, then you're able to reach for the rough bump. And honestly, this is going to be a way for especially sniper 9s and 10s, and also once again for those drives that are long. Here we do need to add spin first and foremost, so we can see the ball guideline going to the hole. Once we have done that, trying to find the spin, then we're going to adjust for our shot. And we'll have to have in mind here, guys, that the spin will vary depending on what position you have after the drive. But the most important part is look how far down we are adjusting. We go from a higher point to a lower point, and I would recommend that if you are into overpower, then you will push up 3 rings for the rough bump. If you're not into overpower, then you should push up 2 rings instead. In that way, you will give yourself the extra distance that is needed so you don't fall short. Unfortunately, we don't have enough spin here, otherwise we would be getting that one in for a nice eagle. So, how to summarize that for Pro? A rough bump gives you a better chance for an eagle, but it will also give you a lot more risk. The safe option is safe as it sounds. The birdie should never be an issue, even if you have a good left or a good right with your second shot. And obviously, be very focused with your drive. So let's start off in Expert by taking a look at the power hook here, and that is going to require an apocalypse in my opinion. So the thing that I will do is a 3.5 bar top spin, 4.5 bar left spin, and then I will position myself with the bottom white ring by the rough line. Have in mind that if you do play with a different driver than Apocalypse 5 and 6, then the position will be slightly different. Adjusting maximum distance with a 10% over adjustment, push up to max, and then I will be applying a 15 rings for a power hook. So I do 15 rings with the power hook, and then I'm gonna go full freaking blast, curl left and overpower, and obviously then release way further to the left. You can see we have no risk of being close to the rough, but look, we are gaining a lot of distance, and we're now in the position of actually having a short iron towards the pin. The thing that I would like you to have in mind that it's a power hook is never going to be 100% consistent. That doesn't exist, or that's the same for a power slice. So I would really want you to think about the risk that that requires, because even though we managed to do that well, most of the times you will end up into the rough on the top right. You will still reach for the green though, but you will still have no chance for an eagle, in my opinion. So if you do go with a power hook, pack clubs with a lot of backspin. Amazon for the rough iron, Thorn for the short iron, and then we do have the Saturn for the long iron if we stay even, you know, further away than that. But now we are in short iron range and we're using the power fireball. Here I'm gonna go full backspin, and you can see that I'm adding 20% over adjustment to this shot instead of the normal 0. Because look what happens. Here I do play actually maximum distance with no elevation, and I'm adjusting 7.2 rings, which is the same amount with power fireball setting. So 7.2 rings, max backspin, aim for the hole. But look how far right we're gonna be after this shot here. So perfect ball, and the ball comes in, and then we're gonna see that ball coming up and then fall back down. We are just like one green square to the right of the pin. So I would strongly advise you to play with a 20% over adjustment maximum distance from that range. But obviously that's difficult and we will have to wing it. But one thing to have in mind though, in my opinion, is to actually adjust way more than we think we should be doing. For those of us that don't feel comfortable by playing a power hook, then we're gonna play another aggressive shot, because once again, here in Expert, we do need to push it to be able to get into a nice position, in my opinion. I'm having a Kingmaker ball. I'm looking for the white ring to the right to be halfway down into the bunker. This is with Apocalypse level 5 and 6, as it has the same accuracy. Playing with a different type of club will obviously give you a different ring size, and then you will have to just focus on the bullseye instead. Adjustment, maximum distance with a 10% over adjustment, and then we're going to go full curl left and full overpower. And you will see this ball coming down here very, very nicely, and we stop short of rough, giving ourselves, you know, a 2 rings of difference. 419 yards is a good one, because now we're going to be in minimum distance of our sniper. And the sniper here is a weird one, because we usually play this one 0%, or we usually play the sniper 0%. But due to playing a rough bump when we only have 1 bounce to think about, then we're going to have to play this one with a massive under adjustment, meaning we're gonna play it minus 15% minimum distance numbers. And have in mind that you might sometimes be in medium distance, sometimes you are in maximum distance, then you will obviously have to play it with that type of club range in mind. But now when we are minimum distance, we play minimum distance club. Unfortunately, with a great left here, we are gonna be way up there to the left. Also have in mind that this video was actually played with a minus 10% adjustment instead of the minus 15. So mixture a little bit there with elevation to get the minus 15, and then we're gonna see ourselves being close here with a Kingmaker. So everyone, thank you so much for watching this breakdown for hole number 2, a par 4 of the City Park here for Pro and Expert Division in the Liberty Tournament. Make sure that you comment in the comment section below if you enjoy these breakdowns and want to see more of them. Also get the best guides on the market by going to patreon.com/golfclashtommy. Thank you so much once again for watching, and good luck in the Liberty Tournament.